Good afternoon, gardening friends. It's Tuesday and I'm late again. There have been a few small developments in the garden, so let's kind of go through them. Starting kind of at the back there, I've got a couple of Nasturtium plants. It's one of my favorites, and they've been growing and growing well, better than any other plant really, although I think they're kind of faster growers. If you look at, see there's the tree there, and you look off to the right, you can see that it's kind of standing up a little bit right now, but the problem I was having is that both of those plants are trailing over the edge. The pots are not tall enough to handle how much they trail. They're not ground pot plants, if you will. They really kind of want to be elevated. So I'm going to have to build a couple of stands to put those pots on, and then I'm going to have to find a couple of pots and transplant a couple of things to put in those locations. So that's kind of the plan. And the other thing, I've been doing the experiment with the alyssum, which I screwed up last week and called it coleus. Speaking of which, I've actually got some coleus that are starting to grow nicely, so that may be one of the things I transplant. But getting back on track, the alyssum, I've actually kind of changed my mind. The whole idea of doing the riverbed effect, I went to go look and see if I could find any blue alyssum, because a river should be blue. That's kind of what I was thinking of. And I couldn't find any blue. Well, the only blue alyssum I could find, it's called blue, but it's actually purple. And I really kind of wanted to stick with the blue idea. Ultimately, all these pots are going to go to kind of earth tone. So they'll just kind of hide so they can highlight the plants within them. But I'm going to try, hopefully in the next week, to put down some soil and at least get started on it. And I ordered some seeds online. I found a California native plant called California bluebells. So those are not alyssum, they're not as low to the ground. So that's sort of the compromise. To get the blue, I have to go a little bit higher. Those plants will grow up to about 2 feet tall, but it's still kind of a low-growing shrub. And hopefully, you know, for people up above looking down, it'll still kind of look flat and look like a river. I got the California bluebells. I also got another one, I forget the name right now, is a lighter blue, because the bluebells are actually, they're still blue, but they're starting to tend towards purple. So I wanted to get something that was a lighter shade of blue and mix the two together. So hopefully together we'll get that nice blue color. Getting back to the nasturtiums, those are standing up on a trellis right now, which isn't really the solution, because they're not really designed to grow that way. So like I said, ultimately I'm going to get stands. I don't know if you can see the trellis that's back there. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 pots towards us from the back. That's pretty much it for the garden. The experiment's doing okay. The little pots up on the air conditioner there are doing well, almost to the point of transplant. So this is almost perfect timing on putting all that together. So that's what's going on in the garden. And since I'm a little bit late, and I haven't seen a whole lot when I've been out walking to take a picture of, the picture of the week this week is going to be a fractal. If you don't know what a fractal is, you can actually look it up on my website at bitnotes.com, or you can go over to Wikipedia and type in fractal, F-R-A-C-T-A-L. I apologize for the alarm, I can't do anything about that. But here's the fractal. And this is one of my favorites that I generated last year. I did a whole series based on that particular fractal, and if you go to my website, you'll kind of see what I do with some of these fractals. I can also turn them into artwork and put them on t-shirts and other things. So, hope you enjoyed that. This is the Budget Gardener signing off, saying may your thumb be green.